the full detailed story of the Carnac stones, based on the latest archaeological and anthropological research. The alignments of Carnac, located in Brittany, France, are one of the most spectacular and enigmatic prehistoric sites in the world. The true story is a fascinating puzzle where hard archaeological evidence meets informed interpretation, as these Neolithic builders left no written records. The builders were a sophisticated, organized, and prosperous Neolithic, New Stone Age society that inhabited the Brittany region. We don't know their name or specific tribal identity, but we know a great deal about their culture from what they left behind. They were farmers and herders. This was not a nomadic hunter-gatherer society. They had mastered agriculture, growing wheat and barley, and domesticated animals, cows, sheep, goats, pigs. This settled food surplus lifestyle was crucial, as it provided the stability and time needed to conceive of and execute such a monumental, generations-long project. They were skilled engineers and astronomers. The precision and scale of the alignments show an advanced understanding of engineering, logistics, and likely astronomy. The rows are strikingly straight over long distances, and many theories suggest the structures were aligned with solstice sunrises and sunsets or major lunar events. They were a deeply spiritual society. The immense effort invested in non-utilitarian structures, they aren't houses or forts, points to a powerful, unifying belief system. Their worldview was undoubtedly tied to the cycles of nature, the seasons, the sun, the moon, and the veneration of their ancestors. The construction did not happen all at once. It was a long, evolving process that spanned over 1,000 years, from approximately 4500 BCE to 3300 BCE, during the Middle and Late Neolithic period. The timeline generally progressed as follows. 1. C. 5000, 4500 BCE. The earliest megalithic activity in the area involved the construction of the great burial mounds, tumuli, and passage graves, like Saint-Michel and Cercato. These were tombs for the elite, suggesting a stratified society with powerful leaders or priests. 4500, 4000 BCE. The first and largest menhirs, standing stones, were erected, likely forming the core of what would become the major alignments. 3. C. 4000, 3300 BCE. This was the main period of expansion. The alignments were extended, with thousands more stones added in parallel rows. The great stone circles, cromlechs, at the ends of the rows were likely built during this later phase. For C. 3300 BCE onwards, activity at the alignment slowed and eventually stopped. The focus of the region's inhabitants shifted towards building the immense covered stone galleries known as allées couvertes for collective burials. The age of the grand alignments was over. This is the greatest mystery. There is no single definitive answer, but the most compelling theories supported by archaeologists are: 1. A sacred ritual processional pathway, most likely theory. The most widely accepted explanation is that the rows formed a ritual processional avenue leading to a major ceremonial space, the cromlech, and/or a burial mound, tumulus. The parallel lines would have physically and symbolically channeled people, priests, initiates, community members, towards a sacred destination for ceremonies related to the seasons, the dead, or deities. To an astronomical calendar or observatory, the alignments are not random. Professor Alexander Thom's surveys showed many significant astronomical orientations. The rows may have functioned as a sophisticated calendar system to mark the solstices, especially the summer solstice sunrise, which aligns with the central axis of the Kermario alignment. The equinoxes, major lunar standstills, the moon's most extreme positions in its 18.6-year cycle. This knowledge would have been critical for agriculture, allowing the priests to predict the changing seasons and organize planting and harvest in 3. A territory marker or expression of power. Erecting such a vast monument was a clear statement of a community's power, unity, and control over the territory. It may have served as a border marker between different tribes or territories, with a spiritual significance that made the claim legitimate and unassailable. A connection to the underworld and ancestor worship. Given the proximity to immense burial mounds, the stones likely had a funerary function. They might have represented a boundary between the world of the living and the world of the dead, or perhaps a physical manifestation of a spirit army guarding the tombs of the revered ancestors. The landscape of belief. It's crucial to understand that the alignments are not an isolated site. They are the centerpiece of a vast integrated sacred landscape. Within a few kilometers you find giant burial mounds, Tumulus Saint Michel, Tumulus de Cercado, passage graves and Cercado Manecarionde, grand menhirs, like the broken grand menhir of Lochmaria Cair, which was originally the largest in Europe. The builders intentionally placed these structures in relation to each other and the natural landscape, creating a complex web of ritual, astronomical, and funerary sites. The true story. The Carnac alignments were built by a complex Neolithic farming society in Brittany over more than a millennium. Starting around 4500 BCE, they were a deeply spiritual people, masterful engineers, and keen observers of the sky. The stones were not built for a single purpose, but likely served as a multifunctional sacred complex. A ritual processional way, an astronomical calendar, a territory marker, and a gateway to the realm of the ancestors. They represent one of humanity's most astonishing and enduring achievements, a testament to the power of shared belief and communal effort in the Stone Age. The full, precise meaning known to their builders, however, remains beautifully shrouded in the mists of time.